Alright, we're here at Schermerhorns-seafood in Holyoke with Michelle Williams and myself, Nick O'Malley. We're here for Best of Mass Lobster Roll judging. When we got here, we were offered the two options for lobster roll: the classic cold lobster with the mayo and the lobster salad, the cold mix, salad. And then we have the Lazy Man's lobster, which is hot and buttered. It's more of a popular in Connecticut, but also it's got a bunch of lobster and butter, which is really all you really want in the world. So we're going to go ahead and give these a try because the lobster is why people are here. So I'm going to start with the hot buttered one. And
I'm going to start with the lobster salad.
So we got it's a normal hot dog bun, but it's like nice and grilled and buttered, like got a nice crispiness to it, and that is a lot of lobster. Oh. That is really good lobster. And on the roll, oh. Go.
Alright, so I'm going to dig into the lobster salad. First I'm going to try the lobster. It's got a good amount of mayo on it, but not too much. Oh. That's probably good. And like the other bun, it's toasted, has a little bit of butter on it, nice and crispy, and gives it some texture.
And as she is chewing, get back to this one. This is really good because it's really big on the warm lobster and the butteriness, and get a nice little crunch from the roll itself, and you get nice, really well cooked lobster here.
So what I like about this is that they really let the lobster speak for itself. It's not overpowered by mayo, and they just fill it up with as much lobster as they can fit on the bun. As you can see, right falling off the plate. It's very good.
I'm also pleased by the presence of kale because I'm the weird one that whenever kale shows up as as part of the plating, I always eat it just to throw people off. Because I clear my plate, even if that means eating the green stuff that's there for decoration. But yeah, to back up what she said, it's not a crazy amount of butter, just really nice buttery lobster. It's also, the chunks aren't really, there's a lot of lobster in here, but there's no, you're not getting an entire lobster tail, which
it's bite-sized, which is nice, instead of just having a big claw on there or something.
It's a lot of meat and it's manageable, because getting a whole lobster tail on there, oh, that's awesome, and then you gotta eat it. I gotta tear this lobster to shreds, and then the work is done for you, so it's nice and palatable.
What I like is that they also do not forget the sides. There's a good amount of coleslaw here, there's a good amount of fries. The fries are nice and crispy, which I really like.
I like these fries.
Yeah, they're good. And it's reasonably priced. It's, what, $10.99? For a lobster roll?
I was $14.99 for the plate, and then $16.99 for the Lazy Man's lobster. So,
which is very affordable.
Yep. In terms of lobster rolls.
Well, you want to switch? Do you want to try this one?
Oh yeah, I get to try a different lobster roll.
Yeah, I get to try the other one too.
All right, do you want to go first this time?
Sure, I'll go first. Oh, it's falling apart of me.
Yeah, that'll happen. Alright, I'm just gonna sample the lobster in here while she's dealing with because it's a big bite, because you can't nibble at that one. Oh yeah, this one is cold and in salad form, but it brings out the lobster in a really creamy, different way, while that one's really warm and buttery. It's more of a savory flavor. This one's a little more sweet, a little more refreshing.
No, I am someone who, if I get a lobster, I dunk it in the butter. I'm very into butter on lobster, and this is delicious. It's not overpowered with butter, but you can definitely taste it. It's warm, tastes great with the bun, very well done.
Yeah, the bun, it's a simple hot dog bun, but it's cooked well, so even with something simple like this, if you do it well, it's going to come out well. And yeah, in both instances, the lobster itself stands out really well. You get a bunch of it, and they don't mess with what you came here for.
So we're going to keep eating, and we're going to give you a little tour of the restaurant.
All right, bye, Shana. Say hi to the folks for us.
All right, now it's my turn to take you around. Let's take a look inside. So we're up here near the front counter. Wraps around here with a whole bunch of seating. And we are gonna take a little time to speak to the chef behind the lobster rolls. All right, here we are.
Here we are.
So, could you please tell our viewers a little bit about you?
About me?
About you.
Just me? Oh, this is
First,
the best.
just you.
So I've been cooking in the business since I was probably 16. So we're looking at 48 years of doing this kind of stuff. How are the French fries, by the way? The French fries
Really
are
good and
one of the
crispy.
best.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Good job.
So about 48 years for various restaurants in the valley. Also spent some time in Maine. I was living in Maine for 4 years running a restaurant up there. So I think that gives us a little insight into the lobster roll and why it probably has the flavor it has.
Okay, so could you tell us a little bit about your lobster rolls and what make them stand out from the rest?
I think one of the things that we try and do on a daily basis with everything we do is just make sure that it's the best quality we can put on a plate. I like to taste the food, and I always do live by this rule. If it's not good, I can't serve it. Doesn't matter what it costs. It can be inexpensive, it can be very pricey, but it's got to taste good. People have to love it, and if they love it, they keep coming back for more of it. That's where we are.
Okay, and can you tell me a little bit about the variation between the two lobster rolls?
Both are fresh picked meat, so coarse chops. So we cut them chunky, so that you have a lot of texture to it when you take a bite. The lobster salad roll is strictly mayonnaise and lobster. We don't use light mayonnaise, but we just go very light with the mayonnaise, so the lobster has more of an identifiable presence in the lobster salad. And we do the same thing with the lazy lobster. It's real butter. The lazy lobster butter is sautéed at a low heat, so all it does is melt, and then it warms up that cooked lobster meat. So that's the way you get such a nice presence in that flavor.
Okay, great. And so we've been having this debate at the newsroom about whether or not a lobster roll is a sandwich. Would you consider a lobster roll a sandwich?
That's a good question, but why wouldn't you? Yes, absolutely. I would. I think that in some cases, like with the lazy lobster roll, many times people eat it as an open-faced sandwich. So because of the hot butter, the walls kind of collapse, and people will cut it with a knife and they'll eat it with a fork, as they would an open-faced turkey sandwich or something along those lines. But the lobster salad roll should be able to be kind of picked up and held. Gets a little messy with the mayonnaise sometimes, but it's a sandwich.
Okay, great. And is there anything that you would especially like for people to know or that I'm missing?
Anything I would like people to know that you're missing? I don't know what you've done so far. All I know is we're here 7 days a week. We only close on Christmas and Thanksgiving. We're here for everybody all the time. So lobsters are fresh. We have lobster tanks here, so we pull our own lobsters. We pull our own meat. So that's the important part of that.
Okay, great. So I'm going to circle back with them for now.
Okay. I think Mike is coming out anyway, so he's going to see you guys.
Okay, great. Thank you. All right, how's it going over here, guys?
We're good. We're done with the. Oh, she needs to finish out.
I'm still working a bit on the lobster salad.
Oh, and this guy's gone.
Oh yeah, he did not last very long. That's. Well, he was doomed because he ended up in front of me. I'm never sending these fries out. But we're getting to like taking notes and doing the judging, the actual nitty gritty.
Okay. Any lasting thoughts that you hadn't said before I left you guys?
It's a good lobster roll. Like,
Lobster roll for good value. The price is very reasonable.
it's easy to go, hey, it's in Holyoke, but yeah, it's a good lobster roll.
Holyoke. I like Holyoke.
It's also landlocked.
Yeah, that's true. It is very landlocked. But all the places we're judging are landlocked. So, but we're looking forward to finding the rest of them. So you should tune in.
Okay, awesome. So let's take one more quick spin around.
But if everybody deserved it, you did. They all deserve it. They're all veterans. But the fact of the matter is, it was so they had to be. No. If it was at 4 months, he would be at Renaissance for 4 months.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm doing live video. I was wondering if I could ask you a couple of questions.
Sure.
Awesome. Okay, I'm here with the owner to just ask a little bit about the background of the business.
Okay, so Schermerhorns goes back to 1912. My wife's great-grandfather was the original owner in Holyoke, downtown. It's moved several times, probably about, I think, 3 times in the downtown area with urban renewal and whatnot. It went through, as far as my father-in-law, I mean, there was her grandfather, her father, and then her brothers were doing Schermerhorns on Appleton Street. In '93, I got involved. I had worked for him in the '70s, but came back in '93. I was running my restaurant up here, and in '93 he decided that he was going to shut down the retail section of it. So I went and took a lease on that portion of the business on Appleton Street. And about 8 months later, he decided he was going to close up everything. So at that point, I moved Schermerhorns from downtown up here to this present location. And we had a dining room, so we converted everything over. The fish market on one side, and we have the dining room on the other. And we kept our ice cream and our pizzas and everything else. So that's why we have such a diverse menu, because we combined it with Fitzgerald's restaurant.
Okay. And is there anything that you want to? I already talked to the chef. Is there anything that you want to share about the lobster roll?
We just think we have a very good lobster roll. We have a lot of good results when people come in. We sell a lot of them, and everything's fresh because we're down the pier. In fact, that's where I'm heading tomorrow, down to the fish pier down in Boston, and that's where I pick up a lot of my fish. Lobsters come down from Maine or even Canada, depending, but mostly Maine. We pick up our steamers and whatnot. So that's where we go. We have a truck. We also wholesale, so we sell a lot of lobsters.
Okay. And is there anything you'd like to add that I'm missing or that people should know?
No, I just think they should come and try us out, and so they can tell a friend, and we're sure they'll be back.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. I think we're wrapping up right over here, so we're gonna say goodbye for now.
Goodbye for now.
Bye, guys.
And we'll see you back on Facebook Live in a little while at Captain